want to hire anybody and they have independent action, right? Everybody's on a need to know basis. You don't need to know that, or you don't need to know that. All you need to know is 1, 2, 3, what we're talking about, right? This is the way everybody feels. Iranians are kind of like that. So, if you look at the Negroes here and everywhere, now somebody might have bought a joint out the way a little bit, but that was so they wouldn't be here. That's why they bought that joint out there. This is just my opinion of it. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they just had a. So you know the customs anyway. How do you know that? I said, because I'm a Negro, and until I let it be known that I'm not going for certain things, I'm not going to cheat nobody, they talking to me like I'm one of them. That went on for years. Yeah, here's what we're going to do. And I was just saying to myself, I'm just listening. I ain't going to do that. Shoot, by 85, we had a big conference in Canada, and I wouldn't even go to the Negro meeting. Why? They got $1 zillion they want to give the movement here, but they won't give it to one crew. They have to give it to the collective. So the Negroes made sure that everybody knew that they wasn't in harmony about nothing. So I stopped going. The brothers came over to my room, Imam Musa, they talking about the Iranians, because the Iranians did trust me. They said, if you don't go, they're not going to have that meeting. If you don't chair the meeting, they're not going to have it. So I just went on over, and all the Negroes was there from Panama, from this place and that, and they all, they actually make fun of you. You have to be, here come Big Hunk, like not Big Hank, Big Hunk. And you got to just say, it's fine. Yeah, okay, fine. It's just jealousy. But I'm saying is, now they got a crew. They got what they wanted. They got a police crew. Every one of them is probably, well, I don't know that all of them are, but they act like it. They look like it. They Anyway, so people want people to sing the tune that they develop. I told her I'm not going to do that. I started telling the guy this morning. He already knew it, but he know the relationship with us, and he was maybe getting a feel from them. So before we get out and pass out the thing, they can come around and whatever they do, it doesn't make a difference. But we're ready. A setup ain't nothing but a setup. A setback ain't nothing but a setup for a comeback. That's what we're doing now. We're getting ready to make a comeback. We've did it 500 times before. It's not nothing new. It's never been, it ain't nothing new about it. And the way I feel about it, ain't not a whole lot they can do about it. Because you get them to telegraph their punches and do this, that, and other, and by the time you get ready to move, they're tired. Right? Or they didn't punch themselves out. Whatever they do, it don't make no difference. We're going to California with Allah's help. We already have our strategy, things that we're going to do. We'll talk about that in the future. And we're going to do those things. We're not going to be tired. Oh, I'm getting a little older, so I'm tired. I need a rest. And if they put tired in something, I just wear it off. Because they'll put tired and slow. I tell the children, they put slow down in Baba's stuff. Slow down, you just feel tired. Not like now, zooped up, And so if I hang over here for a couple of days, after a few days, whatever they've been giving you down there goes away. If they start giving it to me over there, the jig is up. I said, now I'm tired. I'm getting tired over there. Because, see, they don't know that you're going to hang out over there. So I've been hanging out over there for almost a week, just having a good time. And each day I feel better and better. And at home, downstairs, is tired. Now, when that tiredness wear off the pillow and wear off the stuff around that, I'll maybe go back over there for a while. Well, I'll sleep in here. I don't have to. I'll do what I want to do. There's a place over there. And it don't have to be that nice, right? Because that ain't what we're doing. Anyway, let me speed up. I think we're going to have to do this again. Forgotten hero. This is Imam Jamil. This is 2006. Man, the dear brothers, this is a picture, this is Imam Jamil's son. They've been giving him the blues. I don't know if you've been there. They took the Masjid, and you know what I mean. They did all the stuff they did. And they didn't even have to do it. They already rented everything. Is Imam Jamil surprised? Absolutely not. He told me in '83, I said, man, this is wonderful down here. Everybody's saying Assalamu alaikum. He said, they're not with me. They ain't with me. That was in '83, so I don't know. Maybe it haven't changed. And they followed the script. I'll put it like this. Everybody followed the script. The lawyers didn't do anything to help Imam Jamil. Nothing. And some people said there's some family members that are lawyers, they could tell. They let him go down the hill. Now, I raised a lot of money, and I took it down there to the end, and he told me to stop giving it to some people and give it to, Okay. So, we have something we have to do. If almost all the people wind up dead, that means you have a mission. You have to do, well, you do what you can, but you have to do what they might have was going to do, and you have to do all of that. And I don't say you have to, but you inherit the mission. The mission may fall on, and if the mission falls in the right ground, the people will handle it. And if they handle it, they grow in ability and stature. The bigger the responsibility, the bigger you got to be to handle it. So other people don't like responsibility, but responsibility is healthy, and it's good. And this poor guy, Major Nidal Hassan, victimized, human target of modern science fiction style psychological warfare. This brother is a major in the military, right? They say he went off down there. But suppose they know what they're doing. Suppose he's a target. Suppose he's in the psychological department. And everybody that's coming back from Iraq are saying things to him to help their soul. Yes, I stuck this rifle in this Muslim lady's vagina and blew her hair off. How much of that can he stand? See what I mean? They selected him because they know that they're going to send all the people back through him, They're not stupid. Who would have a Muslim that's relatively practicing Islam, psychologists, and they're going to come send the crackpots back through him that have the most trouble to tell all the problems to him. And he's going to go off and shoot them all up. Yeah, that's what they say. He was in contact with you know. And then this brother here ain't did nothing. He just didn't do anything, right? And they'd rather shoot Frankie. No, they'd rather shoot him and let Frankie the dog go, you know. It was miserable. S1. Sometime I'll show you from the Department of Treasury. S1, source 1, S2. It has 6 sources in there that they're getting information from, you know. And he's telling them, we ain't going to do nothing to nobody, innocent people, you know. We ain't going to do that. And they shot him anyway. And we call this guy here, what do we call him? Positioned as the first Afro-Zionist president. He's an Afro-Zionist. You know who said that? I heard it. I actually stole that. Dr. Hamid Algar. The last time we spoke in Berkeley together, he referred to, I said, I don't steal, boy, but I can't get away. I got to use that. He called Obama the first Afro-Zionist president. You know what I mean? Known as a Judas goat. Everybody know what a Judas goat does, right? A Judas goat, yeah. Well, just so you forget, the Judas goat get all the goats together, and they got a trap door. He goes in this pen, and he goes out the other trap door. He's trained to go out that other door, and the other goats get slaughtered. That's called a Judas goat. Okay, anyway, let me narrow it down and try to wrap it up. Okay, psychological guerrilla warfare has worked. This thing has worked. You'd have to have patience, though. I'm just saying. You can't conjure up all of this stuff and just snap your finger and it work. You have to have real discipline. You have to have real patience. And you have to be able to hold on. And when it says 95% of ability is stickability, that's what you have to have. You have to have stickability. You can't worry about what people are thinking, what they're saying. You just look at them and say, oh, because you got your mission. So anyway, psychological guerrilla warfare has worked. It has worked. And then suppose they come out with something on the internet like this. Oakland and American Islamic Revolution. Oakland, America, They have Jamil here. They have Imam Lukman here, and then they have me down at the bottom. You'd have to be an idiot not to understand the hierarchy. We got your homeboy, we didn't kill your other homeboy, and nigga, you next. That's what it says to me. I kind of, I took it like that. That's what they mean. And what we say, you can kiss our behind, Zionist. You didn't mess with the wrong nigga, that's all. Yeah, your time is up. That's the way we feel about it. That's the way we feel about it. And remember, when you look at the world, everything is moving in that direction. And the Zionists are acting so bad that they just, why? The Americans are acting so bad, why? And they're killing the people of Yemen, why? Why are they, why, right? Why? Because their time is up. And the people in Yemen are just not taking it anymore. I ain't taking that. Right? The people of Syria, they're hurting. They ain't taking it no more. The people of Iran, My belief is that that first war, 1980 to 1988, was their trial by fire. They haven't had to. They haven't had to. The physical. They're martyring people all the time, but as a country, they haven't been decimated like other people. And what are they doing in Lebanon? Right? They rolling in with shipment after shipment. Right? If the other people down in Venezuela need, they sending it to them. And last week they did something on the high seas there, and it looked like the Iranians had turned into the Americans, jumping off the thing and going right. Yeah, and saying you can't take. They take their